Damien, do you have a technique for screaming so you don't hurt your voice, or is it just like you just go for it?
It was pure competition with none other than fucking Red from Cruel Universe.
Really?
Dude, yeah, because we were both vocalists, and I was like, I need to be better than him, and he had the same idea.
No, you're like also one of my favorite local bands, so.
Thank you. You hear that, Adam? There's a missing poster with Adam's face for like my abduction and kidnapping. We're just like, it was like just 77777, like all the way through. And I was like, nah. And I gave him the Buffalo Wild Wings number we always go to, and that's what's on the poster.
Oh, okay. That's hilarious.
I really hope somebody ordered like 50 pizzas and said that it was for Damien. And the next time that he goes there, they're just gonna like tackle him.
There was Red from Cruel Universe, and then someone else, right?
I'm going out, I gotta go. I'll bang a rang on the radio. So turn it up, I'm telling you. I think I'm ready for something new. Hey, hello, it's nice to meet ya. Hey, come in and have a slice of pizza. Hey, hello, it's nice to meet ya. Hey, come in and have a slice of pizza.
Hi, I'm Noelle, the host of Pop Punkin' Pizza, and today I'm at Frato's Culinary Kitchen in Schaumburg. They were actually featured on WGN Morning News, Windy City Live, and a lot of other press outlets, so I figured their pizza must be good, but we'll see. So today I'm joined by a local band from the Chicago area, Broken Demeanor. How are you guys?
Good.
We're well.
We're doing really good. Pizza's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. You want to try? Here, let's get a live review.
Why don't we give the pizza to the microphone?
What do you rate it?
I rate it like a 9 out of 10. That's pretty good.
It is
just cheese, so
It is a pretty solid pizza, I will say.
I think it's good.
Not bad.
So, first off, why don't you guys say your names and your roles in the band, like what instruments you play?
My name is Damien, and I am the used to be guitar player, now just lead singer. Helped found Broken Demeanor. How about you guys? I don't know any of these guys.
My name is Grant. I play guitar in Broken Demeanor, but for about the first year and a half, I was actually the bassist. Been having a good time here, living my dream, you know. This has been a thing that I've kind of wanted to do ever since I was 7, you know, and I'm like, okay, I'm living my childhood dream. Pretty fun.
My name's Louis. I play bass. I've been here since January, and it's been really, really fun. These guys are really cool.
My name's Frankie, and I play guitar.
Yo. No, I'm just playing. My name is Declan, and I play drums. I just want to like make music and bang on shit and record, like make actual albums that can be listened to over and over and over and over again. What I like to do is I like to listen to things that I made in the car back to back because it makes me feel important. That's it.
Cool. And what kind of pizza did you guys get?
I got the pound cheese slice.
Buffalo grilled cheese chicken sandwich with fries.
I got the Joe slice.
And I got a sausage slice. And they got fries too, and the fries are actually really good. I'd highly recommend getting the fries.
I got the pound cheese slice. I was heavily debating some of the mac and cheese, though. It kind of looks like it slaps.
Yeah. So, starting with your first EP, Dead Zone, you had 2 different people singing that weren't Damien. There was Red from Cruel Universe, and then someone else, right?
Yeah, no. So that was like technically the second, but like the first incarnation of the band. And Dead Zone on vocals was me, Red from Cruel Universe, and at the time there was someone named Delilah in the band. And we did vocals for that, but after that, those 2 left, and I kind of just fell into being the singer. Yeah. So now it's just like consistently me, and I mean, yeah, that's how things shook out, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been a band for?
This iteration, a year and a half, and it feels like that because before that, things were like really wonky. It didn't really feel like a band at times, and it's like, man, it wasn't really fun. But like, this is easily like my favorite. Like, everyone, like, I don't know, I love everyone so much. I love everyone
nice.
so much. But no, yeah. I'm sorry, what was the question?
How long have you been a band?
I legitimately like to say a year and a half, 2 years. Before that, though, 2.5. But most of those, like, we weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
So I don't really, it's like off time. It's like,
Right.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And was your EP the end of the beginning a split with another band? Because on the album cover it says Broken Demeanor and the Barbed Wire Souls. So I was wondering if that was like another band.
No, that was going to be the working title. I just really liked it. It's also like a line in Agent of Chaos. That EP was written and recorded purely out of spite. I am not going to lie to you. So
Sounds like it.
yeah. But it's okay. We're all cool now. But yeah, the Barbed Wire Souls isn't another band. It was like supposed to, like Black Parade, like an alter ego. It's supposed to be this conceptual thing, but it didn't end up being a conceptual thing.
Sense.
Yeah, so that's what that is.
Okay, that's cool. And on your EP Hummingbird with the Clipped Wings, I was wondering, what is the spoken intro from in the first song Fly Away, and it's also in Alistor. It sounds so creepy and cool. I was just wondering what that's from.
Here, yeah, wait, I'll set you up here. Get the microphone ready. So, like those interludes, I'm always really into like intros and like interludes, just because that stuff. We didn't do it on this EP, but I think it's fine. On Fly Away, it's me recording with a room mic with an acoustic guitar. I improvised that entire thing. That's like second take. And I was like, I don't know what any of this means. But I did at the same time, because Hummingbird with Clipped Wings is like, you kind of losing yourself and you're trying to like find comfortability. There you go, I can speak. Comfort, you're trying to like find comfort in society, but whatever. Fly Away, it's like mother telling you, be careful, world's crazy. And there's a sample in there from Alan Watts, who I like to listen to when I'm feeling very existential and sad.
Do you like Palais Royale?
A little bit. I've listened to some songs.
Emerson from that band, he like listens to Alan Watts. Like he's mentioned him before as like an inspiration. So I was wondering if like that's how you found out about him.
No, I was really sad during COVID, and I was like, it was like those videos that it's like the existentialness of the mind, and I was like, and I got really into it. It helped me go to sleep. So I put him in Fly Away, but then me and Grant like has this program. I would do this program where it'd be like a robot voice.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'd be like, hey, I needed to say this. And he just kind of looked at me like, this dude's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And he'd do it.
Yeah, so there's like this program from like IBM computers from the 70s. It was like I'm kind of rusty. I don't remember much about it because it's been a while. But there's like late 70s, like the first text-to-speech program that was ever made. It was for like IBM computers. It's just like this. If you ever played with like a speak and spell, or like a little more obscure, if you ever played with the Mattel Electronics and Television game console and with the voice synthesis module, they use this like Texas Instruments like really shitty robot voice thing. But I always really loved that thing because it's just so bad and so crusty and stinky. It's just so terrible, but I love it because it's like eerie at the same time, we live in a desolate AI landscape right now, and that was kind of the start of it, where it was like really like kind of sci-fi, like, whoa, this is actually a thing, I guess.
All for the mix. I mixed them.
Yeah, what I did, I downloaded a free program off the internet that let me make those samples, but I couldn't record it onto my computer, so what I did was I took my Bluetooth headphones and I just put a shirt around them, and I covered put the mic in the middle, and I just recorded like all like the things where it's saying like anger, it's okay to feel anger and stuff, you know, like all those voices. That's just how I recorded them. I just wrapped them in a towel around a microphone.
Super interesting. I would have never thought of that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of a sucker for like very inferior technology, so that was kind of a thing that was like, if you want a creepy robot voice, I got you.
Yeah, well, it sounds cool on there. I like it. So you released your EP Where Is Home 2 weeks ago on May 11th. So how long did it take to record it?
It wasn't that bad, honestly. It was rewritten a good amount of like 5 times. Okay. We started in January and we finished it 1 week before it was released.
Oh wow.
We had like the show, it was already announced, and I recorded vocals the Tuesday before, and we were all just like, oh man.
Yeah.
Me and Declan really like squeezed out that last week. Yeah, I recorded Arrogant and Broken Toy in the back room like in an hour.
I was like, all right, vocals are done. Like.
Yeah, vocals are done. Go ahead.
No, I was just like, vocals are done. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like just smush everything together, and then
and then Sunday night I uploaded them to DistroKid, and I was like, it may not come out. I didn't want to tell them that because I didn't want to freak them out, but I was like, it may not come out.
Yeah.
And then it came out Friday, and I was like, thank fucking God, dude.
That's really nerve-wracking.
It was always going to be fine. Like, I knew it was. I didn't want to say anything because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to fuck up the work ethic, but it was going to be fine.
Cool. And were there any challenges you faced when recording it, just like overall?
Yes, here, I will go last with this one.
We were incredibly indecisive. There was one practice where me and Damien just kind of like got into a little argument, and like kind of everyone was just like, we have all these songs and we have no idea where to go, and then it kind of just came down to like, all right, everyone knows these 4 songs, let's just bang them out. And that's how the EP came about.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be totally honest. A big part of why it slacked to like get out was because I wasn't writing vocals.
Oh.
I was really depressed. I ain't gonna lie. Like Declan's like, yeah. And I was like, I feel really bad. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to say, and then I tried to write something, and it would be like shit, or it just wouldn't be it, you know. And I was like, man, this sucks. And the only thing that was written was 428. That had been written since April 28th of last year.
Yeah, that was actually, like I made the demo for 428, and I was like, okay, what do I call this thing? 428, because we wrote it on that. And that was never supposed to be the final title. That was just a total placeholder, but it just stuck.
But sentimentally, that is my favorite
and
song.
I think it's cool because I've always wanted a song title that was just a number.
But yeah, I dragged my feet on recording vocals, and then when I was in the studio, well, the week before I recorded all the vocals, I demoed everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I just kind of freestyled. I'm gonna be totally honest. I screamed until like sentences were formed, and I was just screaming what I was feeling. That's why all the songs are about the same thing in different ways. Yeah. And I was like, this is how I feel in life right now, and it worked out. Yeah. But yeah, I totally dragged. That's my fault for anyone like listening. I dragged until like 3 weeks ago. It came out on time though. I am very happy with it.
Yeah.
Arrogant has grown on me. Arrogant was the fucking worst, and Broken Toy is the worst to write for. But yeah, they're like really good now. I really like them.
That's awesome. Yeah, Broken Toy is a really good one for moshing. I feel like that's a very moshy song.
I tried to write a bullet arrow song. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of hear that in there. And my next question I was going to ask is kind of related to that. Are there any, like, what bands inspired or influenced you when you were writing the EP?
We'll go clockwise.
All right. For me, 90s alternative and grunge was always like my starting point, I feel like, for when I was getting really serious about my musical journey. So a lot of Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Silverchair, all bands like that. I've also been into like a little some like mid-2000s post-hardcore emo sort of bands. And my favorite band right now are these guys called Tiger Cub from Brighton in the UK, and that is actually like their lead guitarist. Well, they're just their guitarist is like really insane. He's like a prodigy, and I've just like I've like noticed a lot of tricks that he does, and I started to incorporate a lot of those. You can hear like some weird lead lines that I do in Arrogant, like in the first verse. Not the verse, like the intro, I guess.
Yeah.
Just some weird stuff that I do there. Yeah, I just have like a lot of like mixed sort of influences. Like, you know, some days I'll just be listening to thrash metal, and then like the next minute I'm like, you know what, I think I'm gonna listen to some surf rock or some Frank Sinatra now, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of this EP, it was just like a lot of like really heavy, in your fucking face sort of bands that really
definitely.
yeah.
This is influences for the EP, or like,
Yeah.
man, see, I was just thinking about it, and like, I don't know, I mean, I guess just like, because there's a couple ways I can answer this question, right? Like, there's I guess my drumming, which is just like really like just going off what you guys are doing, and then just, you know, doing my job. But in terms of like sound for the EP, I really wanted to go for like a Will Yip kind of thing, and like Super Heaven, Title Fight type shit, which I think we got pretty close to with the limited equipment that we had on hand. But yeah, I mean, that's the only way I think I can appropriately answer this question. Also, I just want to say that Where Is Home is better than any of the other stuff that Broken Demeanor has put out. Fuck all that shit. Don't listen to it. It fucking sucks. Listen to Where's Home. That's it. Thanks.
Influences for me range from all 5 waves of emo, anything that Run for Cover Records has ever put out, anything Will Yip has ever produced, and any music that was on 101.1.
Yeah, I love that.
The
station. I listen to it all the
101.1. I
time.
love that. That's a good reference. I would say that, yeah. Every time I turn that on, it's always Wake Me Up with September Ends. It's always whenever I put that channel on.
Yeah.
Which is kind of my call. Or Nirvana, yeah. I don't know. I kind of just play whatever they told me to play. I joined at a weird time where it was like, hey, we're gonna record this EP. By the way, can you record the EP? So we did it at my place.
Don't sell yourself short.
But no, I put a little bit of myself in there. I played around with some of the notes. I try to be different. Bass-wise, I really don't have too many influences because I just like to have fun. I will have to have some influences soon. I've always liked watching Flea play. Geddy Lee's really cool. Oh yeah, shout out Mike Durant.
Yeah.
Yeah, influences are just the same as Frankie. I love all those 5 waves of emo, all the other things. Yeah.
Nice.
You're next, last.
For me personally, I'm not a singer. I am not a naturally good singer. I've kind of had to scratch and claw.
You're a good singer.
Thank you.
Like the genre you're doing.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Well, that's not a pure necessity. I was like, I can do this. How do I do it differently? And I freestyled. So I guess Eminem. I freestyled a lot. I was like, what would he do?
Really?
Just freestyled all the lyrics, and then I was like, that's right. And then I'd write them down. I'd edit them. I'd be like, all right, now it's cohesive. Now it makes sense. All right, now this is very honest. It's always Green Day, Mike Hem, Nirvana, all those 90s, a lot of Smashing Pumpkins. A lot of the new stuff is very Smashing Pumpkins, shoegaze, Title Fight sort of things. What else? Yeah, that's it. But on guitar, it's always like, what would, like on Revenge, there's like the interlude where it's like, I remember writing that, and in that moment I was like, what would Darren Malakian from System of a Down do?
Yeah.
And I had to listen to Toxicity, so I was like, something like this. And it's like stuff like that. Broken Toy, I ripped off, for the most part, the vibe of Our Lady of Sorrows.
Oh, yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I want a in-your-face moshing song. And I was like,
That might be my favorite song on that
Thank you.
album.
Thank you.
No, I mean like on
The EP.
MCR's album. Like
Oh,
Lady
dude,
of
same.
Sorrows,
Yeah, that and Demolition. I love
Yeah,
Demolition.
Those are good. The intro of your song Revenge also reminds me a lot of Mama by MCR, like the beat of it.
Oh yeah.
No, I get it.
Best MCR song, You Can't Fight Me Because I'm Right.
Ooh, nah,
I disagree, but I do really like that song though.
I did.
Yeah. And it's definitely one of my favorites on the Black Parade. And so is there an overall theme to Where Is Home, or like is there a specific message that you wanted to get across with any of the songs in particular?
Well, initially we were supposed to write it as like this sort of concept thing. Like back in January, we were like, okay, we want to make it tell a story, and initially it was going to be like just
It's super trash. We can't even say that. It was like really dark.
Yeah, it was going to be like just like a I guess highlight reel, for lack of a better term, of like this guy's life from birth till when he meets tragic death, I guess.
It was not. It was really dark. But no, then it didn't turn into that. It just turned into me venting. It turned into me venting to everyone, and I really like it that way. Not out of selfish reasons, but out of the sense like, oh, this feels very honest. I had hidden behind a lot of my lyrics and songwriting for a while. I wasn't really happy. Hummingbird was when I first came out of that. Those entire Hummingbird EPs, other shoe drops like Sleep Deprived. But what the message for this one is, I felt so not myself. I felt like I was losing myself. And I'm a pretty confident person. I like to say that I know who I am. That's fine, but at some point I was burning myself out. I was overworking myself.
Yeah.
I was trying to please other people that I didn't need to please. I was trying to hang on to things that didn't need to be held on to.
Yeah.
I was trying to make this work, my personal life work, and everything else like cranked to 12. And I was like, I feel awful. I feel like a shell. I feel like a ghost. And I really like drawing ghosts.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, this all feels really empty. 'Cause we had the cover before I finished lyrics. It's an arch in Kenosha. I've had this asked. It's an arch in Kenosha right off of Carthage College on the shore. It's built by students every year, or it just stays up. If it falls down, it's rebuilt. But there, I sent it to them, and Frank was like, what if we put 2 people under it? I was like, there's no way we're driving up to Wisconsin to retake this with people. I was like, I'll draw ghosts. And everyone's like, cool. And it looked great. And that inspired me to be like, I do feel like a ghost. And then I wrote all the lyrics, and I was like, awesome. And then now it's like, in songs, it's like, fuck you. It's like, I lost myself, but fuck you to whoever I'm talking to. I'm talking to a billion different people.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck you, or I'm not going to change for you anymore, shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's the message I want everyone to kind of take away from it, and my lyrics, and from the emotion you hopefully get from the instrumentals and the music itself. But it's just like, don't change for anyone, and who gives a fuck, just be yourself, you know? Yeah.
I think that's a really good message, and that's cool that your drawing, like on the album cover, actually is what kind of inspired your lyrics. Because usually it's like the other way around. It's like the lyrics inspire the art, but that's cool. And I was wondering, what pedals did you use for the guitar on Where Is Home?
Hold on. Thank you so much. I am a guitar player first. And I take pride in guitar sounds, and these two do as well. All of them do. Declan is just kind of like, whatever the fuck you guys sound like, I will play too. But these 3 are absolute fucking gear nerds. I don't play guitar anymore. In the band, I play guitar outside, but I'm not as anal as they are. It's insane. We have lost hours of me just watching them be like, hey. Yeah, what happens when I do this?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna shut up for the next hour. You've done this. You've done this.
Because I'm going to get a picture so I
Okay. We're gonna start at least. All the guitars were a Big Muff, boosted with a tube screamer, maintain the mids. That's all the guitar tracks from my end.
What's it running through though?
It's running through a PV Windsor, which is a jank Marshall JCM 800, because I'm in college and I can't afford a $2,000 amp.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I played on a $2,000 amp. It's called an Axe Effects, and it models a $5,000 amp. It was basically an Ampeg
cool.
SCV through an 810, and then it had like a dark glass pedal. And yeah, it was pretty much it for the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's over.
For my main guitar tone basically went through this 90s Fender Rock Pro 1000 head, and I'm gonna have to restrain myself because I'm such a gear nerd.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used a smashed first act from another band in the scene that I put back together for the drop tune songs because the pickup in that sounds really mean. For a lot of the other songs, I was using a mix of my a Fender Duosonic with a Seymour Duncan JB in the bridge, and I also used a Squier Toronado that I modded with Epiphone Pro Bucker pickups, and I also used a Gibson Marauder from '75 that belongs to my dad, but he lent me for the sessions basically.
Okay, cool.
And then during our last overdubbing session, I had sold my Rock Pro, and I got a late '70s Fender Bassman 135, and when we went to plug it in, like the tubes blew up.
Oh no.
And so we had to record like my final overdubs with this Mesa Boogie that Louis had on hand. As for pedals, I have tons and tons and tons of just completely unnecessary noisemakers that I just like. I play guitar like I would play drums. I just like add a bunch of like random like embellishments and fills where it's probably not necessary, but I think it sounds cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but the main thing that you're going to be hearing is a tube screamer, essentially, into a Rat, and yeah, I got like a ton of other just completely unnecessary stuff. I've got some pitch shifter pedals that are like that like sounds like tape noise, and I got this tremolo pedal that like chops my signal up all wild, and I got this delay pedal that like modulates your wet signal. And I'm just scratching the surface here, but yeah, I don't want to take up. I could have so much more money in the bank right now if I didn't spend it on all this stupid gear, and I don't want to take up any more time just talking about it. But it's absolutely the thing that I'm passionate about, and being able to use all these tools in like a meaningful way, instead of just playing in my bedroom. I always think that's really cool because I buy the gear. Sure. I buy the gear to use it. I don't want to buy it just to have a collection to sit around.
Exactly.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It could have gone on for hours.
It took a lot of restraint. I'm just going to say that right now. I could get into the nitty gritty.
Put the mic down.
Yeah.
What did you use, Greg?
No.
So, you heard of Ernie Ball Paradigms?
What gauge?
But yeah, it sounds really good. So
Thank you.
whatever you used, it's a good combination.
Don't even remember.
Yeah. So I know you just released this EP, but are you considering putting out like a full-length album anytime soon in the near future?
Yes. Yeah, no, that's the next step. We're going to release like 2 singles, maybe another EP. I don't know yet, but we're for sure releasing some singles. And then by 2025, we should have a full length. We have so many songs. We have an immense amount of songs. Like, it's an annoying headache. We have the songs we scrapped that we can work on, but we also have like 70 plus recorded demos of like finished things, skeletons, ideas. It's like very overwhelming. I ain't gonna lie to you. Our Google Drive, we share a Google Drive, is a fucking mess. But there's a lot of cool stuff on there, so we're gonna have to sift through it or get rid of it all. Who knows? But yeah, album 2025, hopefully January or something. Don't quote me, but around there. Yeah, but EP and singles probably throughout the rest of the year.
That's exciting. I look forward to listening to it when you come out with it. And Damien, do you have a technique for screaming so you don't hurt your voice, or is it just like you just go for it?
It was pure competition with none other than fucking Red from Cruel Universe.
Really?
Dude, yeah, because we were both vocalists, and I was like, I need to be better than him, and he had the same idea. But then it's a lot of blowing your voice out for me. But the technique that I found works for me is your mouth has to be open very wide, which is why a lot of the pictures look like I am like the Rake or some sort of cryptid, and it's like my mouth is detached from my face. Mouth very wide, and you have to breathe in really deeply. Yeah, and just hold it all there. I totally taught myself. I messed myself up a few times. Yeah. I think I'm comfortable with it now. Like, I can go from this level to like screaming in like no time, and I'm very comfortable. It doesn't hurt my voice anymore.
Show us.
Show it, no. But yeah. Thank you. I think I'm a lot better than I was.
Yeah, I think you had definitely improved like over the course of your EPs from what I've heard. So, and then I saw videos of your EP release show at the YMCA in Elgin. That looks so much fun. I was like kicking myself for not going because I saw like
Why didn't you go?
I saw the post for it on Instagram, and then I guess I just wasn't paying attention to like what day it was or like.
It's okay. It's because Cool Universe wasn't on the bill.
No, I mean, no, you're like also one of my favorite local bands. So
Thank you. You hear that, Adam?
it's a competition now.
Oh, all the time. He's gonna see that. And he's gonna text me.
Oh yeah,
You're
he probably
texting me
is.
right now, aren't you?
But yeah, I was just like, oh, I can't believe I didn't go. But yeah, it looked like there was a lot going on at that show. Like, Red like brought you in like a body bag, and then he unzipped it, and you were like a ghost.
Talk about the beef.
Adam. All right, so if I ever go missing, Adam's definitely like first suspect. There's like, he's like scared. Their Star, who is also Prince Media, is doing this documentary, so filmed like the entire behind the scenes. And Adam's like, yo, I'm actually really scared that if you go missing, like I'm first suspect. There's like too much evidence. But no, the YMCA show was really crazy. Frank got it, and then it was me and him stressing hard as fuck because we were both running that. But when it comes to the ghost thing, it was me and Adam have been doing this thing where it's like we make skits and like a storyline.
I've been following that.
Thank you. And so like I was like, all right, you killed me with an ice cream scooper apparently, so bring me out in a body bag.
Yeah.
And he just put a trash bag over me.
Yeah.
And I was in the cloth that I did not poke holes into because I didn't like the way it looked. And I was just sitting there forever. I was sweaty. I was like, Moon Rules still wasn't done. And he had me propped in that bag. And then they were all getting ready.
I was kind of looking for you, and I'm like, okay, well, we're doing this then.
And the whole time Adam's like, you all right, man? And Star's like, you all right? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. And then I heard like one of them looking for me. And Adam's like, he's in here. I was like, dude, it was terrible. And then, yeah, I get out and whatever. It's all fun and games. But yeah, I really like doing that stuff. But I was suffocating. I ain't going to lie to you. That's my bad.
You were definitely like sweating in there.
I got a black eye, like right before
You
I
did?
set. Yeah, like during the Modern Baseball cover.
Oh no.
Rules apply.
Yeah, I got decked in the eye.
Oh, that sucks.
And then every microphone broke.
Yeah, that happened.
Really?
Yeah. Luckily, it was all
Like-
our stuff.
Was it like was it like towards the end?
No.
The whole show.
No, it was the whole fucking show. Well, like Declan had like drum problems at some point, but then I get up there.
No, bro. If you hold on. If you watch the Chicago drum cam video of me like playing at the Y, it's so insane, dude. Like, if you were to play this in like the time lapse, like speed, like you would see like my drums just go, like
Yeah.
you know, just like.
It looks like it's floating.
Yeah, it's just like it moved. Like the whole kit moved like 2 feet forward, right? Am I tweaking or like did it move like?
No, it did.
Yeah.
I was like, I have a lot less space up here.
It was
now.
fucked up, man.
But
I'm bringing
no.
my rug next time.
Dude, everything broke. Like me and Frank were stressed, and then we get up there like, let's just do it. You could see in the video, Adam goes up there. He says this thing, and you can hear everything working. He does nothing to the microphone. I get up there 5 seconds later, I say something, nothing comes out.
no.
And I was like, oh my God. So then I go over to Frank, and Frank's like, he's like looking at me like, why are you touching my thing? And I was like, I can't, there's nothing there. He's like, God damn it. And then I was like, I move over to Grant's, and then I just take Grant's for the rest of the show. And then it breaks. I either drop it or I'm really rough with it because I'm really like into it, and then the top comes off, it's all distorted, it cuts in and out, and I was like, God damn it. But anyway, yeah, that's what happened.
Oh, well, at least you powered through it. You know, that's what's important.
No more cheap ass mics, guys.
Yeah.
I picked up a $20 mic for $5 at Goodwill yesterday.
It's gonna break.
So Yeah, I really like the way you were promoting that, though. I think it was like a really creative and funny thing to do, like the back and forth that he was like kidnapping you. Are you going to continue that story, or is that like little arc done with now that you're like dead in the story?
No, I think Adam needs to get murked. Adam needs to get murked. Now you gotta come back.
It's Adam's turn.
Yeah.
No, I think it's always just going to continue. It's just really fun to do. And like it's obviously so stupid that no one believes. Like
No, there was this one. I think Side Rail. They believed it.
well,
Like,
that's when it was like a lot less like stupid. Like, and we were just trash talking each other on our stories, and Cider was like, "Yo, what's going on?"
Yeah.
And then we did that to promote Fallen Log, and we get up there, and Frankie's a part of it, and Frankie like had a part in me getting kidnapped and stuff.
Yeah.
And Declan was kind of confused, and so I'm fighting with Frankie on stage, and Declan stops, so he's like, "What the fuck is happening?" Because he thinks we're actually fighting, like on stage.
Oh, no.
And I had to be like, "Hey everyone, this is all fake."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh," and we go along with it, and then we're just like, "Hey, let's promote the EP release show like with this," because he works at a movie theater. So I was like, "What if I just go there?" We improv'd everything.
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, you kill me." He put me in the trunk of his car and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It was funny.
Yeah, I was wondering where you filmed that.
Yeah, I was at his job.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's fun. I don't think it's gonna stop. No.
Yeah.
I think
That's fun.
more people should have called the Buffalo Wild Wings.
oh my god.
Oh wait.
Oh, that's so funny. So, what is your favorite local venue to play at?
Favorite local venue?
I know there's a lot, but
For me, it's honestly been the Y. That was really fun. But I mean, I think Basement of the Covenant was really cool. That was like such a cool little space. I'd never seen that place. It's like a speakeasy.
okay.
Every DIY and venue has its own charm, and it's just really cool. Like kind of look back and be like, oh, like my favorite band's played here. So
Yeah.
all of the above.
Does it have to be like Chicago local?
Let's just say nothing's
Sure.
Yeah.
Just like, what is your
It
favorite
has
venue
to.
in general?
Oh, in general? Honestly, hot take, I think the Mirror is like
Yeah.
hands down the best. R.I.P.
Okay.
on the dead homies.
For me, Beat Kitchen was kind of a place that I'd always wanted to play, because when I first learned about the local scene, I did it through some of like bands that were kind of the old guard, some bands that were in like their late 20s, early mid 30s, I guess.
Yeah.
And one of the bands that I really latched onto were these guys called Blood People, and they had an EP release show at Beat Kitchen in 2019.
Yeah.
My favorite local show that I had been to in a long time, and I was sitting there, I was like a kid at the time, and I'm like, one day I'll play that stage. I don't know how, but I will. And then a few years later, here I am playing that stage, and I learn, and then they got like this giant wall by where they sell the merch that has a bunch of stickers of all the bands that have been there, and I'm like, okay, Dollskin's been here, Sainthood Reps have been here. Wow, all these bands that I really love and look up to.
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah, I'm sharing the same stage as them,
Yeah.
And on another note, just Gabe's in Iowa City was a favorite for me too, just because of the bands who have played there. Two of my favorite bands of all time have played there. One of them was Nirvana. I'm not going to talk about the other one, but yeah. And I think Book Club also. I feel like Book Club should get some more credit than it needs to get some more credit, because I think they run the space in a really smart way. It's and it's been around since like 21 or 22 or something, and it's still going strong. I think that's
Where is Book Club?
it's in like Wrigleyville.
Okay.
Yeah,
5 blocks from the metro.
yeah, Boys Town area. Yeah, it's a really nice space. It's like, in terms of like DIY venues, it's the closest you can get to like an actual, legit venue with like, the lights. It's got a raised stage and stuff. It feels legit, even though it's just a DIY.
Yeah. What is like some songs that you'd like to cover in the future, either just at shows or like recorded covers?
That's you got this.
Me? Oh, I hate going first. I mean, I played King of the Hill and Title Fight in both of my bands, so I'm a happy guy. I would love to cover a Balance and Composure song one day. It would make me really happy, but that's probably about it. Or a Super Heaven song.
Any band that was ever emo any band that was ever had a record put out by Run for Cover Records, any band that ever worked with Will Yip, and any band that was ever featured on 101.1.
The one thing that I never have gotten to do is any Creed song.
Oh my god.
We haven't played any songs by the band Creed at all.
Yeah. In terms of stuff that I want to cover, I mean, back at the time when I first joined the band, we used to cover XYU by the Pumpkins a lot.
Okay, I love that song.
Yeah, that's my favorite Pumpkins
It goes
song.
hard.
Nirvana songs, like, you know, I feel like I'd love to cover some like really out of nowhere B-sides. I want to cover Mrs. Butterworth. I want to cover some Fecal Matter era stuff, just for the heck of it, and see if anyone like is like, okay, this is a new song, or if they actually catch on. It's like, okay, this is a really obscure song. There's also a band that I really love, but they're canceled, so I don't think we'll ever get to play any of those songs.
Oh no. And what is your biggest goal as a band? Like, what is the biggest thing that you'd like to achieve?
Do you want as a band or individually?
Like as a band.
As a band,
How do lyrics to Rockstar go?
no, God no. I do not like the Nickelback song.
Cover a Kid Rock song. Oh my god.
I just want the love and affection of my parents back.
I just want acceptance. The goals of the band is to connect with people through music, but I feel like that's really basic, right? For me, writing lyrics is to be like, okay, I got to talk to a bunch of people, and hopefully they understand and they get something from it. But when it comes to the band and like where we want to get, we've talked about it. We talked about it this weekend when we came back from New York. It was like, I feel like being insanely famous is really scary, and like, I don't feel like that's a really cool life, you know. If we were just like Mom Jeans, where like, you know, just for example, like if we were Mom Jeans and we could tour and like sell out places and make a living off of touring and music, and we had this cult following, decent following, we're not thrusted into weird stuff where you'll see us on Snapchat news stories like, you won't believe what Grant Potter did. You know, and it's like, he never did. Like, that looks awful. I would rather just have that cult following. We could sell and tour and live off of that, you know, afford food.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of the opposite. I feel like I would really love to. I feel like I'd love, you know, like, you know, it's the rock star dream. You know, you just want to like be on the road all the time. Like, I mean, I don't know about everyone else. Like, everyone's different, of course. Some people handle fame differently than others, and for all I know, maybe I won't handle fame well at all. But you know, the idea, you know, the idea of getting to like play arenas every night. You know, I mean, it's a pipe dream or whatever, but you know, it sounds like it sounds like a really cool thing to do. But honestly, for me, you know, if we're gonna speak more realistically wise, and I know that, you know, like, hey, there's a good chance that we're not going to be as fortunate as an MCR or Nirvana, or Microwave, you know, not even Microwave, you know, because they're not even that big, you know, like a Metallica or something, I guess, you know, just only playing stadiums. Yeah, I feel like if we could get to a level like Mom Jeans, or for me, Microwave, you know, where we can tour 2 or 3 times a year, in the States, maybe go abroad once or twice. You know, cool. I feel like if we could get to that level, I would be at a spot where I'd be like, yeah, I feel like if if the band imploded the next day, you know, I feel like I lived I had a good band life, and but at the end of the day, you know, if we can make enough money to just, you know, pay for rent, pay for groceries, you know, I feel like that's all I need, really.
Yeah, the realistic goal is like that, but like there's those pipe dreams of like, hey, I'd really like to play Reading Festival. I'd really like to headline Reading Festival. You know, stuff like that. There's those big dreams, but for the realistic, aim for the fucking stars, whoever's listening to this. But like the realistic goal is like just to sustain ourselves off of it. We book our shows very selfishly. We're gonna stop now. New York was the last selfish one. But like, it's like, hey, if everything implodes tomorrow, it's like, we played New York, we played New Jersey, we played Pennsylvania, we played here, we played here, we played here. Cool, we did it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's really cool to like just say that you've been on tour as a band. I think that's just a cool thing in itself. But yeah, it's always good to have like big dreams, you know. I mean, you never know what could happen. So, so what is your favorite memory, like from playing as a band so far?
WC, bro.
Gabe's. Something happened.
Which one at Gabe's? Both of them were absolutely fucking. For context, at Gabe's in Iowa City, Iowa. The first time we ever played there, I stabbed myself through the hand on accident.
Geez.
Yeah, I have this.
You still have a scar?
Yeah, and then the second time, our acting roadie for that one was Brandon from Frontega, which is Louis' other band. And he got on stage because there was a mosh pit. And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get on stage," and like he was on stage for 5 seconds. Soon he gets pulled off the stage, and security throws him out into the rain, and we had to like plead for him to come back in. And luckily he's disabled. Well, yeah, but like you know, Dave, it was terrible. My favorite memories would be B Kitchens, the 2 times we played them, or WC opening for Violent Fear or Aberdeen, or the YMCA. Both of them. Both were pretty magical for me.
Yeah. Yeah. To be serious, you know, playing at Gabe's in Iowa City for me, you know, was cool because a lot of my favorite bands have played there. But in terms of stuff that actually like means a lot to me, like emotionally, for me, I feel like when we played WC and opened for Violent Fear and Aberdeen is Dead, like what Damien said, like that was our biggest show. I don't get stage fright. I'm always really confident in my ability, and I'm like, all right, playing a show, let's get it done, you know. But you know, I just watched the line outside get longer and longer, and then I saw the venue when they opened doors just pack more and more, and just everyone just filing like to the front and just getting. And I started to get nauseous, and I'm like, holy shit, this is actually happening, and like. Yeah. Just everyone was screaming for us, and I'm just like, wow, like this is what it's like. That's kind of insane, you know.
This is what fame is like.
Yeah.
Never do it again.
Yeah. But that was probably my favorite show that I have. I don't know. It's a toss up between that and the Where Is Home release show because crowd size, you know, it wasn't as big as WC, but I didn't have the same sort of like uncertainty or like, you know, kind of stage fright that I had for WC, but I kind of got that sort of vibe, you know. It's like, wow, there's all these people are here. They're actually here for us. We're not the openers. All right, they're expecting a show. All right, let's fucking get it, man.
Yeah.
It was the why. It was the Where's Home why. Both of them. They were so cool.
I would say our charity shows past December, just being able to do good for the community, those in need, and seeing the way that the community kind of came around for everyone. DIY will never die.
I'm echoing with whatever. Why? Yeah.
Did you already go, Lou?
Same highlight.
No, it was the Y. The Y was my first show the first time.
Okay.
I did Side Street and the Y, my first show with these guys. And then the second one was super magical. It was really cool. Those are my favorite memories, show-wise. Or anytime we're in the car together on a long drive somewhere. We always dig. There's always a fixation, and it always makes for good times.
Audio Stretch, bro.
Audio Stretch, shout out the Polish guy
Frank are
that
the
made
parents of
break
this
beats.
band. I'm Daddy's mom. Dude, yeah. Do you see how me and Frank are anchored right now?
We're both doing it.
We look at how tired Frank
And
looks.
it's like both the autism kicks in for the both of us.
Anyway, yeah, that you can imagine our car rides, our 22-hour car rides.
That's good that you guys have fun on the road and everything. What is your favorite song to play live?
Arrogant.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Hummingbird.
It's the best song in the EP, bro. Arrogant. Best song.
I got the
Best Broken
I get the little mic. 428's like super easy, but it's also really fun. Hummingbird's really cool. Arrogant, okay. For them, I understand. If you listen to that song and you try to sing along, or for me, I have to scream, I left no space to breathe. I am
Yeah.
dying. I am dying every single fucking time. It's your job. It's my job, but I'm literally like, I was like, oh my god, I can't breathe. There's no room for me to breathe. So that's my least favorite. It's a good song. I love that song. I just can't breathe.
You just can't breathe.
I can't make it.
There's like 3 people in this band that would sing backup for you, but a microphone doesn't last 2 seconds at a Demeanor show. You broke one in New York City. Like a microphone doesn't last in this band.
With your history of breaking mics.
I was gonna
Yeah.
I was gonna say in a role I had a backing vocals, but it only lasts like the first song.
Yeah. How was your show in New York recently?
Go ahead, Frank.
We will be back.
We will be back. Yeah.
Shout out Bobby.
Shout out Bobby. We fucking met this dude named Bobby. He's one of the most beautiful people, like soul-wise, that we have ever met. Me and Frank talked to him for like 30 minutes.
Bobby goes by they them pronouns.
Yeah. Love Bobby. Anyway, other than that, the show was fun. But
What happened?
We made new friends. There was nobody there.
There was people there, but like it's like, all right, we're kind of just doing this to do this. But then there was like 2 promoters in the crowd, and they're just like, you need to come back. And I was like, oh, cool. I guess the right people were there. But on top of that, just what happened was I broke a microphone. I broke a microphone again, but this was the worst it's ever been. I was like, it was going fine. Like people were into it. The fucking 15 people that were there.
Yeah.
Not even.
And the promoters, right? But like, I was swinging the microphone. Everything was fine, and then I lay it down, and the cord gets stuck in the divots of my dock soles,
Yeah.
and I fling it back up, and the wire rips,
Oh, no.
and the microphone goes flying all the way back. And in my point of view, it happened so fast. I was like, where'd the mic go?
Yeah.
And everyone's laughing. They're just like, it's back there. I was like,
no.
oh boy. And I had to pay for it, which obviously,
Oh.
don't be an asshole, you know. But I was like, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so sorry. And then the dudes who were like, it was like, you need to come back. Please hit me up to set up a show. I was like, that was funny as fuck. And I was like, dude, I need to pay $100. He's like, rock and roll, man.
Yeah, I mean,
He was really cool.
chaotic shows are the best, honestly, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's what makes it fun. So, when is your next show?
We're planning all that out, but we have one June 21st that's presented by Brain Graffiti.
Okay.
And then July we're doing like 4 or 5 day run with Frentega, like with traveling days. It's like 4 to 5 days with Frentega to Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, and then August is Carolina.
I think we're doing like I think we're doing like DC, NYC, upstate New York because we're playing with New Vision. Shout out New Vision.
So the people who want us back will be like, hey, actually, and then they really want us back. So it was like, cool. So that's August, and then in August 21st, it's we're playing in a barn.
Okay.
We're playing in a barn, and I forgot where the town is, but we're playing in a barn Lockport with Satin Black, Cruel Universe, and I believe it was Moon Rules, but I'm not sure if Moon Rules is doing it anymore. I don't know yet. Love you guys. I love Moon Rules so much.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They're all good bands.
Yeah, they're all really good. Oh, like 2 of them are. Cruel Universe. But no. Yeah, but no. So those are the shows because we're taking because we were going really hard. We were playing every weekend, traveling like a lot. But we all just kind of need time to like decompress. And
I love how we're all distracted by the TV.
there's a TV that has cake or not,
going.
and it's like right now it's jeans. They're cutting into jeans and it's cake.
It's like jeans,
It's cake.
but
The Jake.
But we all just kind of want to feel like we're in our 20s and we can like do stuff, rediscover stuff, and like decompress before we go full work mode into the EP. Because for the past 5 months, it's been like twice or 3 times a week recording this, playing shows.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So we're a little burnt. We're gonna take some time. We're not gonna play as much throughout the summer, but then we're hitting it hard. gonna lose my mind again, but it's gonna be so fun. We're hitting it really hard, fall through winter.
Everything
Awesome.
is cake.
I look forward to seeing you guys at your next show. And where can our listeners find your music?
Frankie, if you will.
Have we set up Bandcamp yet for Where Is Home? We should do that because then we'll get like, if you buy it on Friday, we'll get 100% of those profits.
Most streaming platforms.
We're on all streaming platforms.
Bandcamp, that's the move.
Yeah.
We on Deezer?
That's where we're at. We are on Deezer. If you use Deezer, we are on Deezer.
I don't know anyone who uses Deezer, but it's there. And lastly, I just have to say your music is very good for when you're angry and or losing your mind. So everyone go listen to Broken Demeanor and catch them at their next show if you can. And thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yay!
Bro.